Well, Mark Zuckerberg has completed his testimony to Congress, and I thought I'd take a moment to kind of clarify what I think is one of the more disingenuous things that came up in his testimony. And this is this idea of who owns your data on Facebook. So there's 4 points I want to make here. So the first point is sort of this idea that there's data on Facebook. And so Zuckerberg would say, well, you post pictures and you control your pictures and there's this data on Facebook. And that's true, that's data, but that's not exactly what the controversy is about. And he was being pretty disingenuous about explaining this to the average person. So point number 2 is, what do advertisers do, or what did Cambridge Analytica do with this information? So part of it was Cambridge Analytica sort of stole this data. They stole your email, they stole your friend's email, etc., right? But the more interesting issue is that advertisers slice and dice this data about you. So like if you like Safeway, or you like Whole Foods, or you like the Donald Trump political stuff on Facebook, or you like the Hillary Clinton website or page on Facebook, right? That tells advertisers a lot about you. And it's this metadata about you that's interesting and useful. And that's what Facebook makes its money off of. So they make conclusions. Are you a man? Are you a woman? Are you a Trump voter? Are you a Hillary Clinton voter? Are you black? Are you white? Right? There was a whole controversy about racial profiling when it came to selling houses and using ads on Facebook, right? It's not the data that you can download that Zuckerberg was talking about that's the problem. It's the metadata and the way this can be manipulated, and somebody can infer and learn a lot about you. So that's the second point. This manipulation of the data, this metadata that's extracted from the data, that's really what Facebook has that's valuable, and that's important. And that's the second point. And he was very disingenuous to Congress about explaining this. The third point is, sort of what's creepy about this is that advertisers then use this data to influence you, right? I mean, it's sort of legitimate in terms of advertising. It's certainly things that I teach people how to do, is you then make inferences. People who like Whole Foods also like organic milk, so I can sell you more organic milk, right? There's an inference that goes on there. And it's used to persuade you. So in terms of the election, it would be things like you're a Trump voter and you're likely to show up at the polls, or you're an independent and we can sway you to be more of a Trump voter, or vice versa. You're an independent and we can sway you to be more of a Hillary Clinton voter, right? So advertisers in combination, in cahoots with Facebook, are using what they know about you, right, to influence you to do something that they want. That's the persuasion, and that's the part of it. So that's the third component of this controversy over data on Facebook. Okay, and then there's the fourth point. What's the fourth point? The fourth point is, what's creepy about this is that the average person, the average Joe Schmo or Jane Schmo, they don't understand that when they go on Facebook and they post a picture of a baby, bingo, I know you're 22 years old and you just had a baby. Or you like Pepsi, oh, I know you are therefore overweight, right? They don't know that every little move that they're making on Facebook is being tracked and is giving Facebook, and by definition, right, it's advertisers, information on you as a person, and they can learn a lot about you by kind of snooping on what you're doing, and that's what Facebook does, and that's sort of what was leaked to Cambridge Analytica through the app, plus the other information. So Zuckerberg's testimony, in summary, was disingenuous on this point over what is meant by data on Facebook and whether you own it or don't own it. And so, yeah, you own your pictures, or you own your posts, or you can download your posts, But that's not really what's creeping us out. What's creeping us out is what they can infer from that data and how they can manipulate us, and how I think many people just aren't aware that you're always being watched on Facebook. So watch out. Thank you for watching.